This is verse 34 of the 5th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has been construing and applying the 9th commandment, which is a prohibition against bearing false witness. That leads him to a discussion of taking oaths. And, of course, the rule that he mentions is that if you take an oath, then you should perform what you've said you would perform. Of course, that sometimes was construed to mean that unless you took an oath, you could basically state a falsehood and weren't bound to obey it because you hadn't said it under oath. And that seems to be the driving motivation behind Jesus' correction of that rule, as he says it here. So ego, added for emphasis along with lego, so I, as opposed to them, that is in contrast to them. That's the force of the emphasis. So I say to you, who men. This is the second person dative plural, so I say to you. And then with the infinitive here, omosai, this is from omnuo, which literally means to take an oath. I swear or I take an oath would be the way we'd express it. It's an infinitive, aorist infinitive, along with the negation here means not to swear. So I say to you, don't swear. It really translates as an imperative, although Jesus states it here as an infinitive. So not to swear would be the idea. Holos, this means at all, indeclinable adverb, so don't swear at all. That, of course, has been taken quite specifically and rigidly by some traditions, which therefore refuse to take an oath. Hence, you'll find the accommodation in some formulas saying, I swear or affirm, that sort of thing. I think the common wisdom is that Jesus was speaking here of swearing in the sense of needlessly taking an oath, as if to say, unless I take an oath, I'm not really bound by what I said. That remains a disputed point, and one way or another, of course, Jesus stating a rule here that certainly would extend to kind of casual oath-taking, which certainly is a common phenomenon, and one that presumably Jesus is voicing a rather strong negative opinion about it. Meta, similar to meda or uda, neither, be the idea. In preposition takes the dative. Here's the dative article with uranu, heaven. So neither by means of or by reference to or literally in the heaven. So don't swear by heaven, presumably including heavenly objects, heavenly beings, and God and angels and that sort of thing. The rationale, hoti, conjunction, because thronos, the word for throne, from which we get the word throne, because throne, esten, third person singular of ami, I am, because throne it is, to theou, of God. So there is a kind of holiness and reverence that should be associated with those things that are tied to God, and they should therefore be exempt from casual oath-taking, unless someone takes the rule more rigidly and says, no oath-taking at all should be permitted. I'll leave that for your consideration, but the point is here that Jesus is saying don't swear by reference to heavenly things, and he's going to, of course, continue the sentence with reference to other objects that might commonly be taken as the basis of an oath as well.